Manga-Waido.
My name is Manabu Kanda, 13 years old. One day, I came home from school to a completely quiet and empty home. My parents' car wasn't parked at the parking lot like it usually is. I just thought they went out together and were running late to come back home, so I wasn't worried or anything. But then, I think it was around 6 p.m., the police came to the house. Car accident. A quick death at the scene. When the police told me that at first, nothing made sense. My mom's cousin finally took me in and we were planning to discuss what to do with me soon. Being in an unfamiliar environment, dealing with my parents and sudden death, the hard reality knowing that I can't turn back the time, I just couldn't handle anything anymore. At night in bed, I could hear some whispers coming from the hallway.
What are we gonna do with the poor kid? Are we gonna take him in?
I mean, I do feel sorry for him, but it's not like we're financially capable of taking care of him, are we? I just don't think we can. Oh, man. I think to myself as I stare at the ceiling, no one's gonna protect me anymore. There's nowhere in this world where I can call home. I've got nothing to live for. Nobody wants me. Then, the dreaded day of my parents' funeral came. All of my close relatives and distant relatives came to show me their condolences, but I could sense their pity toward me with the way they looked at me, as if I had some kind of incurable disease. "I don't want anything to do with you," was written all over their faces.
So, what have you decided to do with Manabu? He's staying at yours, right? Can't you just let him stay there until he's old enough to move out?
Well, Yar wants to talk. What are you going to do about him? Are you going to ignore the fact that he needs help?
Well, no, but come on. My wife's pregnant. How can we take care of him when we have a new baby on the way? That would be impossible for us.
I bet they thought no one could hear them through their whispers, but I could hear it all. Don't want him, don't want him, don't want him, don't want him. No one cares about me, no one needs me. Ugh. Before I knew it, I was sprinting far away from the funeral for as long as I could and as far as I could. I didn't think people would worry about my sudden disappearance, because, let's face it, they'd rather not see me at all. I was all alone on a swing in a park at night, just mindlessly staring into space. What am I gonna do now? I'm only 13. I can't do anything without my parents. But nobody's gonna protect me anymore or watch over me. I've got nowhere to go. But now, I have to somehow make it on my own.
Hey, what's up, little boy? What's a young boy like you doing here?
Suddenly, I heard a voice, so I looked up, and I saw 3 gangster-looking guys smirking, surrounding me, and looking down on me as if they were about to beat me up.
You alone? You look bored, yo. Got any cash on you?
Oh yeah, I should have known better. If a young and vulnerable boy like me goes out into the real world outside, I'm nothing more than a prey. Especially to bad guys like them. I've got no money. I'm too weak to fight them off on my own, and no one's here to protect me.
Oi, you listening or what?
Huh? One of the guys grabbed both of my shoulders really hard. I prayed for mercy and closed my eyes, and that's when,
What the hell do you think you're doing, huh? What the?
You're trying to blackmail a young kid like that? You call yourself a tough guy? Jeez.
You can't compare the way he looks compared to those 3 other guys. He could easily be mistaken for a Yakuza. This guy with his bulky arms that were at least twice the size of the guy who grabbed me, he swung him around and thrusted him onto the ground and said,
Get the hell away from here, you idiots! Stay away!
Yeah, sure.
Then all 3 of them ran away like little chickens, and the guy gave out one sigh and looked at me and said,
What's a teenage boy like you doing here so late at night, huh?
Well, I know he helped me get rid of those bullies, but I'm still scared of him. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but if I saw him minding his own business on the streets, I would stay as far away from him any day.
Well, you gonna say something? Huh?
Huh? Oh,
You run away from home or something, kiddo?
That's none of your business. You're just a stranger.
Well, it's late. If you don't want to get beaten up by guys like me, then take my word and go straight home, kiddo.
Well, of course I would. If I had a home to go back to, then of course I would damn well go home right now, but I don't. I don't have a home to go back to.
Oh yeah? Then, wanna come with me?
What?
Wanna come and be my younger brother?
Your younger brother? Hang on a second. Is he trying to hit on me or what?
Just kidding, kiddo. Look at me. I'm way too young to be your dad, so your older brother probably fits me best. Don't you think so, Manabu?
How do you know my name?
You probably don't know this, but I'm actually one of your relatives.
What?
Thing is, I had a lot going on at the time, so I was running late to the funeral. But when I finally got there, that's when I saw this kid dashing out of there. And I just had a feeling that that might be you.
I thought to myself how I've got nowhere to go anyway. I can't live by myself either. So what the heck? Maybe it'll be fun to see where life would take me if I go with this guy. But aren't I gonna get in your way? Are you sure about this?
What the hell? You were in my way. You really think I would have tried to help you out back there? You're a kid, so act like one and quit sweating the small stuff.
Okay then. I'll go with you.
Nice. By the way, the name's Kengo. Nice to meet you, dude.
And this is how I decided to live with Kengo. It turned out that Kengo wasn't a Yakuza, but let's just say he wasn't exactly the best role model either.
Right? Off to work. Sleep tight, kiddo.
Sure. It was normal for him to leave at night and show up back at home in the wee hours of the morning. Sometimes he even comes home with a couple of mysterious scratches and bruises here and there. So, Kengo, what do you do for work?
You really want to know?
Yeah?
You know what a bodyguard is, right? I'm that. Well, I ain't just a typical bodyguard that protects celebrities and that. Well, say, there's a really annoying customer at a strip club, and he was nothing but trouble. That's when I step in and get rid of him. Something like a bouncer, a security guard, or bodyguard type of thing.
Oh, wow. I remember how cool he was in fighting off those bullies the other night. I wondered if he was just as cool at doing his real job. He's probably awesome at it. I want to be strong like you, Kengo.
What?
I want to be so strong that I can fight off the bad guys and protect myself. As long as I become so strong, no one can bully me, and I can live on my own, and I won't need anyone to take care of me.
Well, guess you could do with a good workout.
Since then, I started training with Kengo being my master. I trained hard almost every day after school and before he went off to work at night. I'd never trained a single muscle in my body before, so it was pretty tough at first, but it got easier as the days went by. I had lost everything at that point, so having the hopes of becoming super strong one day was my only motivation and reason to live. I got so into my workouts that I started skiving off school and started working out on my own using my body weight.
Why'd you skip school today, dude?
'Cause I don't need to go to school.
What makes you think that?
Training with you and getting stronger is so much better for me. And besides, at school, you learn how to conform with other people, and I want to be the lone wolf and be super strong all by myself. I don't need to conform to be alone or anything.
What the hell? You kidding me or what?
For some reason, Kengo got so mad at me with what I said.
Hurry the F up and get to school, dude! Otherwise, I ain't gonna train you no more!
I had no idea why he was so pissed off with me, but I need him to train me, so I reluctantly started going to school properly again. But I never bothered to make friends. I didn't join any clubs either, and I wasn't into my studies at all.
Yo, how was school, dude?
Not fun, not interesting. I just want to be like you, Kengo. I want to be strong and be a bodyguard just like you, and fight off the bad guys and protect the innocent. I don't want to go to school. As soon as I was done venting, he put on a serious face and said,
Let me tell you something.
And with that, he started telling a story about his past. Apparently, Kengo was never the intelligent one in the family. His parents always compared him to his smart siblings, and he was sure that his parents favored them and didn't like him for that. He couldn't stand the situation he was in, and he started skipping school. And then he started getting into fights on a daily basis. He dropped out of high school and he ran away from home, all because he felt like he had no home to go back to. Then, one night, during one of his nights out in the red light district, some drunken guys approached him. Before he knew what had happened, he was beaten up and was just laying there on the ground, deadbeat, until someone came by and found him. Then,
You look like you could do with a job. What do you think about working for me,
and that was the story of how he started off working as a bodyguard. Then, Kengo said,
I never wanted to be strong. I never wanted to be a bodyguard in the first place. That ain't the reason why I became one. I just kept running away from reality, and that just happened to be the place I arrived at.
He said.
But things are different for you. You have choices here. You just need to make the right ones.
Right.
Listen, Manabu. Don't run away from your problems. Don't. The more you do, the fewer choices you have later in life. Go to school now. Study hard. Make connections and build connections. See the world. Explore the world. And only then should you decide what to do with your life. And if then you still want to be a bodyguard, then I'd be more than happy to work out with you, dude.
To be honest, I didn't really get all of what he was saying, but I felt his passion, and that meant a lot to me. Okay, fine. I'll go to school then. I'll give it another shot. Then, around 10 years later, I had become a professional martial artist. I even fought a famous fighting competition that was broadcasted on TV and got a bit famous. Then, people from the past, people who I knew back then that did nothing but belittle me, started to talk to me, acting as if we had been buddies all along. I just accepted that that was what people did and treated them like no other. Then...
Oh, son. You'll be wasting your time and talent if you stay with that loony. I'll give you the best deal if you come and work for me. Come with me. What do you say?
He was one of my relatives who said he didn't want me before. I don't need your flippin' help. Just 'cause I've gained a bit of fame, don't come crawling back to me as if you'd been my long-lost cousin all along. You friggin' idiot. I've had nothing to do with you and still don't. Now piss off.
What? Wait, what?
Don't you dare show your face here again. I got rid of that little leech and slammed the door as I went inside my home. Then Kengo was standing there with a huge grin on his face.
Dude, that was awesome!
Of course. As long as I'm here, I'll get rid of those idiots.
You bet.
Kengo laughed it off, and as he turned the TV on in the living room, he said,
It's so cool, dude. You've turned into this super cool pro in martial arts, flying around the world.
Well, meh.
Man, look at you all grown up, doing your own thing.
Remember, that's exactly what you told me to do. And that's exactly what I did. I explored the world and figured out what I wanted to do with my life. And I swore that I'll always be your bodyguard. I'll always be here to protect you, and I'll always be your family.